What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Schmoedown. I'm former Star Wars champion Andrew Dimalanta.
And I'm Star Wars competitor Nicki Dimalanta.
So before we get into...
I mean, we could just probably get into the matches. There was no news or anything that...
Yeah.
No big news. No, I was thinking maybe we do that at the end.
You want to do that at the end? Okay.
Yeah, why
so
not?
we will address the big announcement that dropped before the episode of Titans aired. Or during the episode that's...
At the top of the show.
At the top, I was mentioned at the top of Titans, but we'll get to that.
I think it might be better if we just do it at the end.
Yeah, I think that's a good call.
Do the matches and then do the sad stuff, I guess. So,
Yes.
anything we want to like warm up first? Because I feel bad.
It's terrible boom boom nightmare day.
Yeah.
I just put that in my stories, so follow me on Instagram.
It's what is it today? The day that we're recording it's Sunday.
Sunday, July 3rd.
And tomorrow is the 4th of July. If you plan to celebrate this year.
Which is freedom. Am I right?
Oh man, it feels so good to be so free. Anyways, I'm not a big fan of holidays that involve fireworks. Not that I have anything against fireworks personally. Mm-hmm. Normally, I don't mind them. Go to Disney or go to some fireworks show where Orlando professionals are doing it.
I don't know if Orlando is still doing this, but there was a Red Hot and Boom
or something like
that.
that.
I don't know if they're still doing that.
I don't know. I don't listen to the regular radio, and that's the only place I ever heard about that. I don't listen to regular radio anymore. I haven't driven my car in God knows how long. My car's not even starting right now. So.
We've been putting that off for a long time.
That's another problem in and of itself. I don't have to drive to work anymore. So one day I went to get in my car, and it was like, vroom,
yeah, it
vroom,
won't turn I think the ignition is bad because the car just won't turn over.
It's from 2010.
Not even it's not turning over. The engine's not even trying to start.
We'll figure it out one day. I'm not too worried right now.
Mm.
That's why I don't listen to the radio. Mm-hmm. But even when I was driving my car, I would put something on my phone and then use an aux cord or something because the radio just makes me want to pull my eyelashes out one by one.
Yeah, and I'm thinking if we have to get it fixed, and if it costs over a certain amount, it's
I'm just gonna scrap it, and then we'll just be a
whatever.
1-car household for a while until we find the need for another one.
We don't need 2 cars.
We're not driving anywhere separately right now.
Yeah.
I mean, some point in the future, maybe. But anyways, fireworks. I hate fireworks on these holidays. Fireworks are fine. Go watch professionals do it. Go to Disney. Go to whatever the hell Red Hot and Boom is, wherever that is. Go somewhere. Go somewhere where fireworks are supposed to happen. I hate fireworks in residential neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Because
are they technically illegal to set off in residential?
I
have no idea.
I just hate I hate it because we have a dog who is very, very, she's terrified.
She's anxious all by herself.
She's just kind of anxious normally, just like her mommy. But fireworks happen and she just becomes a shaking mess of a dog. And it's like she tries to get, and she's not a small dog. She's not tremendous, but she's
40 pounds.
She's 40 pounds. She's a nice mid-sized dog. Mm-hmm. But she will crawl right into your lap and try to get so close to you. She's trying to it's almost like she's trying to crawl in your skin.
Yeah, she's actually right here right now because there's a thunderstorm happening right now. She just becomes a big
trembling, shaking mess. She hates it. And if we're in bed and a firework goes off, she starts barking. And it's a huge thing.
Somebody actually did set that off last night.
Yeah, last night, 12:30. July 2nd. I guess they were warming up for their backyard fireworks show. That everyone's going to put on Facebook in a video that no one's ever going to 720p or less. And no one's going to care to rewatch that.
Nah.
But at 12:30 a.m. as we were in bed, somebody shot off a firework. Dog lost it. And, we got a kid and I don't want her to be woken up by it because I don't even want to be woken up by a firework.
Be scared of all
I can't really explain to her what's going on. She won't, I can, but she still probably won't grasp it because she's we've never talked about fireworks before. I guess we probably should have before the holiday.
I think she's seen fireworks on shows and stuff, but not actually in person. And she doesn't like loud noises anyways.
She doesn't like loud noises anyways, but also I think in the dead of night, if she's awoken from a sleep, it might not be the best time to be let's talk about what a firework is and make her understand it. So I don't want my dog to be disturbed by them. I don't want my kid to be disturbed by them. And I wish there was a cutoff time. There was hey, listen.
But we're so free.
11 o'clock or midnight. That's it.
Yeah.
Just stop it after that. But 1, 2 o'clock, maybe even later on some certain years, It's like, you're still
Yeah.
setting off fireworks?
It's like New Year's Eve is easiest. Like we know exactly when it's gonna happen. But something like 4th of July, it's like, is it on a Friday night this year? Is it on a Sunday or Monday night like it is this year? So like, what day are people choosing to do fireworks?
I'm anticipating that tonight, Sunday, the day before 4th of July,
Yeah.
I'm anticipating some fireworks,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm not excited about. And then I also anticipate more fireworks, obviously, on the holiday itself. I don't know. I just find it annoying in residential neighborhoods, and people work.
Yeah.
A lot of us are fortunate enough to have the federal holiday off, but some people don't.
Mm-hmm.
Some people might have to get up early in the morning. They're trying to get their sleep. Some people, everybody's got different schedules.
Yeah, I would say
I just find
school.
it kind of rude when you're like popping off fireworks and it's like
America.
midnight. It's like, bro, stop. Nobody really cares. Like, I don't know. I just find it obnoxious. Got to make sure I got my Black Cats and my Bud Light in my hand while I shoot off my fireworks.
Or Coors if you're Mark Ellis.
If you're Mark Ellis. But yeah, no, I don't know. I find it obnoxious. Maybe it's because I'm not 20 anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, back in the day when you're like a stupid idiot, I don't care about anybody else but myself, college kid. It's like, yeah, fireworks and drinking. But like now that I'm a 34-year-old lady and I got like a kid and a dog, I'm like, go away. Shut up.
Luke and Octo, go away.
Get inside your house and just stop. Like, nobody is going to watch your fireworks video on Facebook, bro. Like, give it up.
Yeah. I would
Pop
like
off a couple
yeah.
if you need to, but
Wouldn't
and
it
also
be-
in this economy,
Yeah.
everyone's pissing and moaning like,
They're-
oh, I can't believe gas is $20 a gallon, but let me go out and spend all my money on fireworks.
Yeah, they're like, was it like the 3rd through the 5th or something?
the
Everybody's
first through it's like the first week of July, I think.
yes, everybody's like, oh, boycott going out or something.
What?
I don't know. It's like, or boycott the gas stations. Don't go and get gas
What?
between. I don't know. I saw it on TikTok.
I have not heard about that.
You haven't heard
I
about
thought
that?
you were talking about something else.
No. People are they're refusing to go to like gas stations or going out and to hurt the economy. Because people aren't. If you're not going out, you're not spending money. You're not going to the gas pump. So they're trying to get gas down.
We've been doing that for years.
Yeah.
We've been doing our part.
I haven't gone anywhere in 3 days.
I don't want to go anywhere because I don't want to see anybody. I mean, maybe there's a select number of people that I wouldn't mind seeing, but if you're not one of those people, I don't want to go anywhere.
Close friends and everybody that we met at Celebration.
Yeah.
We're willing to fly across the pond to see you guys.
Other than that, I don't want to go anywhere. I just want to be home and relax and not do anything. But yeah, anyways, long story short, I hate fireworks in residential neighborhoods. I think once it gets too late, it's rude.
Yeah. It's inconsiderate.
Inconsiderate, and just stop it. So, I'm sure that will fight the problem.
Fight the problem. America.
Gotta celebrate everything there is to celebrate.
Yeah.
So, let's head into the matches. It's always around the 4th of July that I get so annoyed like leading up to the holiday because I just know I'm like, my dog's gonna be a wreck.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want my kid to friggin' wake up and we're gonna get a terrible night's sleep. Like it just annoys me all the way up until the day. I'm just like in a bad mood all the way up until it's over. And then the day after 4th of July is usually when they're like, oh man, I still got a black hat left over.
I
And
got
they wanna,
leftover fireworks.
shoot it up the next day. And
You
it's
gotta,
like,
we
give it
spent
up,
all this
bro.
money.
Do fireworks expire? Probably.
I think the gunpowder kind of goes bad. Not that it expires, it's not as effective. I don't know.
It gets more dangerous.
I'm not an expert. If it's not frame rates and compositing, I don't know.
Rotoscoping.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we have an opening scene. We got Coy and Brandon talking. And they're all like thinking that Gucci's not going to show up. Because I guess it already was like said that Barbarian and Hannah were going to... Oh, yeah, it was. That's right. Hannah Barbarian. Barbarian shows up and he says that he and Elvis don't like the catchphrase. They don't like the buzz buzz.
Yeah. It's just the back and forth. It's like, I don't like this.
I don't like your positive energy.
Well, I like this.
Well, I don't like your wavy hair. And so he was basically like, I don't like anything you're doing. Anyways, we'll see you in the battlefield. A fun contrast between Brandon's now...
Hornet mentality, quirky mentality.
Yeah. Good guy mentality. And Barbarian's like, I don't want any of your positivity in my life. I just want to stroke my
Elvis.
So heading into our IG match. This is a number 2 contender, yes?
Yes, because the winner goes on to face Parker in a number 1 contender match.
So we got Brandon the Hornet Hannah, Buzz going up against the Barbarian with Elvis, Pat.
Hannah with his new
his spotlight, his bat signal. The Hornet symbol.
This Hornet signal. That's really cool, but it's like, can we at least try to warp it so it looks like it's on the curtain and not just like superimposed?
God,
like,
only
guys,
you would think of that.
Just a little turbulent displacement.
Could we just actually make a real spotlight so it can reflect light the right way?
There's ways. There are puppet tools and other things in After Effects. You can just sort of. I digress.
Only you would notice that. I saw it and I was like, oh, wow, a light. Round 1. Barbarian. Oh, very first question right out the gate. Barbarian and Brandon missed a question about Abe Vigoda. Brandon. Oh, there was a question where they were like, in how many movies has so-and-so done a thing? Yeah. And like Barbarian was stroking Elvis and Brandon started stroking his shoulder.
This is a hilarious match.
That was a great moment. And I appreciated the fact that they kept a straight face mostly. Yeah. And like Barbarian answered the question. He goes, it's 2 while keeping eye contact. And I just love that Brandon 2 without breaking eye contact. It was just a mwah kind of moment. So it was great.
So good.
Brandon missed a question about Chad Stahelski.
Yeah.
Russell Mulcahy. And something about Star Trek 6 Undiscovered Country. There's that many Star Treks.
Yes, there's a lot of Star Treks.
Wow. Get another hobby, guys. Who needs to make that many movies in one franchise? Am I right? At the end of round 1, 6-9 in favor of the Barbarian.
12
round
movies
2,
and so many TV shows later.
with a couple on
and a bunch
on
of
the horizon.
Bunch of books and comic books.
Losers. Round 2, Brandon spins away from X-Men, gets Alien and Predator. He goes to multiple choice 1 time. He misses it. It does get stolen. Barbarian goes. He gets swashbuckling adventure and pulp. Another week goes by where I still don't know what pulp is. Multiple choice twice. Got it once. Missed 1. It did get stolen. Oh. So gap closed a bit. By the end of round 2, we got 15-17 still in favor of the Barbarian.
Excuse me. Have try again.
Round 3. What do you got there? Okay, a classic choice. Oh, yeah. Why not? 2-pointer for Brandon.
Professionals we are. I don't even cut that out. Leave it in.
Star Wars. No.
That's the name of this show.
Hydration in any form is always the rage.
Yeah.
So, 2-pointer for Brandon. Star Wars. In the original trilogy, who is the first person to ignite a lightsaber? Luke Skywalker. Maybe you heard of him. He got it. 2-pointer for the Barbarian. You know, in the scene where Obi-Wan does nothing but lie to him the whole time.
He doesn't lie. Obi-Wan Kenobi show.
Oh, your father wanted me to give you this. Let's think about that scene. Oh, I hate you. He never said anything like, make sure Luke gets his lightsaber. It was all just hate and fire. 2-pointer for Barbarian. DC.
Certain point of view.
That's true. And also, you know, a young... you betrayed and murdered your father. Yeah. You know, as we learned from Kenobi.
Spoilers.
Not actually stretching the truth that much. Yeah. It's like, hey, he actually said that to me.
This is exactly what he said to me.
It's kind of a metaphor.
I did.
2-pointer for Barbarian DC. Who plays Hal's mentor, Sinestro, in Green Lantern? Mark Strong. Got it. 3-pointer for Brandon. Superman. Which Superman film features supporting performances from Annie Ross, Pamela Stevenson, and Gavin O'Herlihy? Superman 3, got it. 3-pointer for Barbarian, dystopian future and time travel. Who plays the role of Miles Dyson in Terminator Genesis?
Miles Dyson! I don't know.
Oh.
I'm just quoting T2.
The Mighty Ducks?
Every time.
Courtney B. Vance, I think. He got it.
Have I seen... Yeah, I've seen Genesis. I just don't remember it very well.
5-pointer for Brandon. Batman. In Teen Titans, Go to the Movies. Shocked that that's a movie in IRL. The movie begins with a big film premiere for Batman. What is the name of the film? Batman Again.
I've never seen this movie, so.
He did. Is it animated?
Yeah, it's animated.
He did miss it, unfortunately, with that. 20-22 in favor of the Barbarian. Moving on to face
a number Robert 1 contender.
Parker in a number 1 contender match. fun match.
Yeah, it was a very fun match.
Very fun, from the stroking to I don't know, just the general vibe. Like, because I feel like Barbarian's got. I mean, he's a heel. He's supposed to be a heel.
Yeah.
But I feel like
he's got a different flavor of heel.
Yeah.
Sort of like a. What's the word I'm looking for?
Like a sweetheart heel.
Sort of, yeah.
No,
like a lovable, a lovable heel.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's not. It's vastly different from like a Ben Bateman and Andrew Guy and Mike Kalinowski type of heel. It's like he means to like be mean, but it's like in a fun, lovable way,
and like a goofy way.
Yeah, I think he's like a goofy, fun heel. And
putting him up against somebody like Brandon, who's got this persona of his that he has at the moment, it was a fun combination.
Yeah,
but yeah, the vibe of this match was fun.
Barbarian showing his knowledge again because he, a multi-divisional player, and I think IG is where he's had
his home.
Because he made it to several number one contender matches in singles.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he considers to be like his.
This is one of those players where you plop him in any division really and see some success out of it. So
absolutely.
And I've witnessed his drive firsthand, and even I'm like, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he is seeing another number one contender match in IG now. Did he? How far did he make in the last years? No, because he was one away because he got beat up by Alex Damon last season.
In round one?
No, in
two?
There was a out of tournament gauntlet, and
gotcha.
had he beat Alex Damon, he would have gotten a number one contender match against Mike Kalinowski. But Alex came on top of that one. So now he's seen multiple because he's seen two number one contender matches as singles, and now he's going up on one in the IG. So. Yeah, I mean he's a very knowledgeable guy and very very passionate about the game and very driven to be successful in this game. So, and
if Andrew Guy speaks correctly, I think he made some kind of comment that this was Barbarian's first IG win in 2 years or something crazy like that, which just doesn't make sense in my brain. But I mean, I'm assuming he did his research and that's a correct statement to make. So. Big moment especially to get your first win after a while, and this one advances you to a number one contender match.
Yeah,
that's a pretty big deal. So, but Brandon, he missed probably more than he would have wanted to in round one. He missed a couple. They both missed a multiple choice in round two. Then they both stole it from each other, so it kind of was a bit of a wash,
bit of a back and forth match. So
so it was just, I mean, it seems like it came down to round one, unfortunately. So
and that 5-point miss doesn't help.
God, yeah, I forgot that it did come down to the 5-point miss. Sorry, but I mean, overall, it was a good match.
It was a good match, and I do like I said before, I love this new persona from Hannah, and especially like after this, in the true Quirky Merc spirit, we turn negatives into positive.
Yes,
and what I'm seeing from this match is. Hannah he's back. He was above 500 for at least one match, and now he's back to 500. At least
nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. I mean, I think it is more of this season from what I saw out of Hannah is more of just have fun with the game again and just like it because I think that was a big not issue but like a crux of his own like last season. He took it so amazingly seriously, and like the adding on the heel work on top of it it made like the experience of the Schmoedown for him like just like but turning around this season, the outcome of this match wasn't exactly what he wanted, but he's in good spirits. He's having fun with the game again, and really that's all you can ask any competitor at this point. Just let's have fun with the game. We all love this game for different reasons, and and if you're not having fun with it, why be a part of it? So.
And as far as Barbarian goes, good game.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. And, but, we had from Barbarian one miss in round one, a check down in round two. And it's, next opponent is Robert Parker.
Yeah. And that's the thing I said, whoever is coming up next for Parker, it's kind of like, you got to be ready because he's out.
I'm not trying to say that it was a bad game at all.
No.
It wasn't. I'm just saying more of a commentary on
how Parker's doing right now. Yeah,
it's like you don't want to give this guy any room to play with right now.
Yeah.
Not when he seems to be on a little warpath of his own.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's trying to avenge his spectacular. The stinging end to that spectacular match. The stinging, fat.
Big old fat
Ryan.
Small little stinging Ryan.
But yeah, he's trying to avenge that loss and get that belt that he, so desperately wanted in that match. I don't know that I want to tango.
Yeah.
With that guy when he is on that path. So yeah, with an opponent like Parker and with the motivation that he has, you can't really give him any inch. There's really no wiggle room. So we'll see how the next match goes. It should be a great matchup. I don't know when. I don't think we know when it happens quite yet. But
it might be next week.
Maybe.
Or this week. Sorry.
Oh yeah, I always forget.
It could be this week. Because as we will get to the announcement, there's only so many more of these shows left to go. So I imagine it'll be this week that we'll see the number one contender match for IG.
Yeah, but yeah, that should be a pretty sick match. I'm hoping it goes down to the wire. I'm hoping it's a close match because that's what we all want to see is a close match. So it should be real good because Parker's looking a little scary right now.
Yeah, gonna get bit by the spider.
Ooh.
Gotta avoid it.
Gross.
So do we want to move on to the next cutscene or match, or do we want to backtrack a little bit and talk about the Star Wars match that we failed to remember?
I forgot.
Yeah.
We can do a little intermission because no, actually there is a cutscene. It's not like a huge plot heavy cutscene, but I forgot about that. Yes.
Oh. Thank you.
Something on your forehead. I don't know if it came up on the camera.
Yeah.
Anyways, yes, we'll do a little interlude here, a little intermission, if you will.
Call an audible.
They're what we're calling an inaudible. There was a Star Wars match this week. It was Sean the Saint Sullivan, or Sully.
Sully is
nasty.
Sully if you're nasty.
And he was going up against Sonny Mic Drop.
Yeah.
Olsen, and I believe Sonny came to us from the FCL, and so like we've done in the past, if it's not not us involved match,
we will do our overall thoughts. We won't go beat for beat.
Yeah,
just to encourage you to go to the Patreon and check these matches out because work goes into it, and we want to give credit to the people that worked on this episode.
So round one, I think was pretty close. They both missed a couple questions, and I think Sean may have missed one more question than Sonny.
Yeah.
But the other ones they missed, they kind of coincided.
Yeah.
Like they missed one of the same one and blah, blah. It seemed like a tight match.
Yeah. Round two was rough for both of them, I think.
Round two, Sean ended up with a wild card.
Yeah.
And it ended up being the wacky, never before seen slice, and it was opening crawls, which he was not excited about.
Yeah.
He's like, what is this, a summer reading? Book contest here.
I get what he's saying because it's not like movie trivia. It's basically, like you said, it's basically memorizing text at this point. It's like, you're not lying, but
you're not wrong.
You're not wrong. But at this point in the game where we're asking of Star Wars competitors to hopefully know.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's definitely a thing.
It's definitely a thing that you have to know forwards, backwards. You know what I mean?
Second word, a second paragraph.
Yeah, it's that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So if you at this point haven't memorized the crawls, it's like I get why you don't want to do it because yada yada.
I don't want to either.
But when you get to a certain point in the divisions, you gotta have those.
Yeah.
Right there. So
I think there was some check downs. I think there might have been a miss or two.
A couple of steals and steals both ways too.
Yeah.
So
gotta be honest, I don't remember what he got.
I can't remember either. But overall, this match was pretty. It wasn't lopsided. It was I think it was a pretty well balanced match. It's just a rough day at the office for Sean because I think he missed his 5.
His 5 was the what does Han tell Chewie to set?
Yes, at 271.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a tough question.
It is.
It was said in the movie.
Yeah, but it is a very very fleeting line. But and he sort of said as much. He's like, I really just wanted to go in just having fun, and it's like, yeah.
And with that in mind, it's kind of like, okay,
yeah.
If he had a different mindset where he was like, no, I'm gonna go get that belt, then it would be like, okay, well then we need to be looking at the opening crawls.
Yeah.
But when he's coming out and he's like, I didn't prepare for this match, and I'm not ashamed to admit that. I want to just have fun.
Yeah.
He mentioned his exhibition match with Wit and how it was just two buddies getting together talking about Star Wars and how much more fun that was, and he would rather just,
Yeah.
have a more lighthearted, less like, kind of match.
I remember having to pull the curtain back a little bit. I remember us talking to him. I can't remember when, but he didn't even expect to play this season, and he was like, "Yeah, no, I haven't been looking at my notes because I don't expect to play." And we saw him twice.
I was almost surprised when I saw that he had a match outside of the exhibition match. Yeah, he probably was too, I guess. But I mean, losses suck. But I also feel that Sean is probably like, it is what it is. Yeah. If you're going into the match and you're like, I'm not going to study, I'm just going to have fun, then I'm going to go ahead and assume that you're not going to be like, oh man, damn it, how did I lose that? You know?
And this is a case where it's kind of hard for people, especially fans of the Schmoedown, to like separate someone's fandom from their knowledge of trivia. It's like, just because you don't know A, B, and C or this stupid tertiary character in the back doesn't mean you don't love Star Wars like the rest of us.
It's like, do you like Star Wars? Then you're a Star Wars fan.
You're a Star Wars fan, yeah. Like I've said many times before in other medias and other things, like there's different levels to your fandom. You might be ridiculously crazy like some of us, but then you might be quote unquote a casual fan or something like that. It doesn't mean that I love Star Wars more than you.
Doesn't mean you're a better fan.
Yeah.
Like it just means that you've spent more time putting useless stuff in your brain.
Yeah. So
all that boils down to there. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was a fun match. Sean's always a delight to watch, and we commented on how much we love his vest.
Yes. Oh yeah. Well. Yeah. He wore that every day of celebration this past year, and it's like that suits him so well.
It's so cute.
And it was so like casual, but you're like exactly what he was going for. It's like Han Solo. Yeah. And all it is a vest with the tan shirt underneath. It's perfect. Like, I might just do that for London. So who knows?
Oh, and Sunny had a good showing.
Oh yeah.
For somebody who was just debuting in the Schmoedown, grand stage, if you will. He did get one question around 3, his 2-pointer that I was like, no.
Was that Sean or him?
Well, actually, I think it was in round 3, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe
it was one of their 2-pointers.
That he got like, how many people, including Finn, does Rose stun, in The Last Jedi?
Yeah.
And he was like, 3. And if you just kind of hear the question real quick, you might be like, yeah, I've already had to stun 3 people. Mm-hmm. But they said including Finn. Yeah. So like there was that one question that I was like, it's not a difficult question.
Yeah.
That was a very surface level question.
Yeah.
But if you're not paying attention to
rookie jitters,
maybe rookie jitters, but also because any one of us could make that mistake. Yeah. Because if you're here, the problem sometimes, and the problem with having so much stuff in your brain is that you start listening to a question, and if you hear half of the question and your brain starts wanting to think about where they're going with it, and you don't hear the rest of the question, and the rest of the question changes what they're looking for.
Yeah.
But your brain's already like, oh, they're asking me about this, and you miss the rest of the question that makes it go that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, we're all guilty of that. I've done that many times.
Oh yeah,
and
absolutely.
It's like, wait, no, that's not what they're looking for. Because it's like you get halfway, like you say, halfway in your brain's like, it's this,
and you're answering a different question than what they actually ended up asking.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that was a tricky question because not difficult, but if you're not paying attention.
The 2-point question I think Sean got.
That I was like, holy crap, that was a 2-point question.
Yeah.
What was it?
They asked for, but we reread the question and they were asking for the movie and not the character or the actor itself.
In what movie will you find a palace guard played by Dominic West?
Yes, that one. And they weren't looking for the character name. They're looking for what movie do you see him in? And it's like,
right. And I was like, I mean, granted, the answer's right there.
Yeah.
If you're studying up on your actors, it's not a terribly, well, I mean.
It is. It is. It's a character that you're like.
It's a character that's like, why would you know that?
Yeah.
And when I heard that question, granted, we were aware that it was the Phantom Menace and we were aware of which character they were talking about. Mm-hmm. But I was like, that's a 2?
Yeah.
Holy crap, that should have at least been a 3.
Yeah, but I think looking back on it, it's like, well, they gave you
Palace Guard. Maybe that was where, because he didn't really hesitate too far.
It was
too much.
Palace Guard, and then they said what prequel films are like.
I don't think they said prequel. I don't think they did.
I think they gave context of what era they were.
I don't know. I might have to go back and review the tape, but I remember them saying Palace Guard, and I was like, oh, maybe that directs you to the prequels.
I think there was enough context in that question to where like, okay, so I mean, if I'm right, it's like it is in the prequel era. What movie is most like known for Palace Guards? Like Phantom Menace. So I think there's enough in there for you to guess, even if you didn't know what character they're talking about. So, But that, yeah, like I said, it's like, whoa, what?
that was a hefty 2-pointer in my opinion. I think that could have easily been a 3. I think because I don't think they said prequels, but whatever. It's not like I'm gonna look it up later and try to prove myself right. but yeah, no, I thought that was like a whoa, okay. That was a 2, huh? I forgot what his 3-pointer was, but I was like, wow, those could have been easily switched and you could have called it a day. But I think he got both of them right anyway. Yeah. But yeah, he got slapped with a incredibly throwaway quotes driven 5-pointer. Yeah.
And if you're not paying attention, because like there's so many, there are some throwaway lines that we've gotten in the past for 5-pointers. Like, really? That's the 5? But then this one's like, oh, if you weren't paying attention.
And it was said in the movie.
It was, yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, because you watch a thing like the Battle of Yavin, and they talk about, this decimal, they're coming in at 0.06, they're coming in at 0.0 whatever. Yeah. And it's like, why would I care about that? And how would they even ask about that? And then they friggin' do. Yeah. I mean, I guess this specific question was easier because it was like the only number mentioned in that scene. And in the Battle of Yavin, I feel like they're throwing out more numbers.
There are ways. But if there's a will, there's a way. You can ask pretty much about any number that pops up in that scene.
There's so many things over the years that we've been like, how are they going to ask about that? And we've just learned to stop doing that and just know it.
Yeah. And anytime it was like, do we need, put it in the notes.
Well, my favorite is when I would ask you a question about something stupid. Stupid. And you'd be like, how are they going to ask? And it's like, I just did. That's how. That's how they can ask about it. But yeah, we've tried to stop. We've tried to stop asking ourselves, how are they going to ask this? And just be like, you know what?
Just know get it in our head.
Because if we fixate on it, maybe you should just.
And that's happened to us a bunch of times.
Yeah.
And a couple of times it's cost me.
Star Wars is a hell of a drug, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, fun match. Sonny did a great job. Yeah. Sean just does what Sean does and has a good time and gives us a fun show.
Yeah, and there is the big question as to where these Star Wars matches is leading now because of the news that dropped. So I think we'll get into that after and discuss that a little bit.
It's a lot.
Because it's a lot to unpack with the announcement.
So heading back into Titans, we have a cutscene and we got Adam and Paige. Adam Witt, Paige for Betty, if you're not, Adam wants to get her a partner because he says that she's got manic East Coast energy. And they're sitting on a couch and talking about it. Who can be your partner? Who can be your partner? Hey, Eric Zipper taking a nap on the couch. Like,
what's up, guys?
That's one of my favorite things about these cutscenes is when two people are talking and the angle is it's pretty close in shot.
Yeah.
And then
it's TV vision.
It's like you and me. It happened in the first cutscene. It happened with Brandon and Coy, and they were like, hey, what are we going to do about this next match? Do you even think Gucci's going to show up? And then they do like, oh, hey, Barbarian. And he's just like right there. And I feel like it was the same thing with this. It was like, man, who can our manager be? Hey, Zipper. I just love when they like turn and they're like right there.
Yeah.
So
the whole time?
The whole time. So yeah, they just kind of look down and Eric Zipper's just there on the couch snoozing away. And he was saying that he was I guess he was going to go to some hotel or motel, Holiday Inn, and there was no vacancies. So he just was napping on the couch, I guess.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, I think this could work. And they did their whole like...
I don't know how to...
I forget what they did.
I guess
But they did a whole thing where they put out their...
Yeah.
Smokes on each other's backs and whatever.
Sure.
So, yeah. They formed a team now known as No Vacancy, a nod, I guess, to Zipper's couch surfing ways. So, heading into the match, we've got the Boston Badass Paige for Betty teaming up with Eric Z-Man Zipper to form No Vacancy. It is to be noted that in the beginning of the match, Eric Zipper became renamed. He was knighted as the California King, another nod to hotels, I guess. Beds. California King is a kind of bed.
Yeah.
And he was sleeping when he first met them.
Unless there's a movie reference that we're not getting.
I don't know. Anyways, I took it as a hotel-related pun.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're fighting against Travis the Fire Fishburne and Chance the Cobra Ellison. And they are called Easy Street. Okay. All right.
I'd like to know the thought process behind some of these nicknames. Yeah. Some of them I'm like, coast to coast, like, yes.
Yeah.
Fantastic name.
No Vacancy, I get it.
Yeah.
Easy Street.
It's like, okay.
Round 1. Paige missed a question about Psycho, Chevy Chase, and RoboCop.
Mm-hmm.
Zipper missed something about Denzel Washington, Flatliners, and Annie. White Annie. Anyways.
There's you got to distinguish which one you're talking about.
It's true. Chance and Travis, however, got perfect rounds. Travis missed the bonus. Chance got it right. So with that, 14-21 in favor of Easy Street.
The Easy Street or just Easy Street?
Easy Street?
I think it's just Easy Street.
I don't know. It just feels
little. I don't know.
And I don't have a better suggestion, but yeah, I don't know. Round 2. Easy Street goes, they spin away from Michael Keaton. They spin again. They get Michael Keaton. They go to multiple choice twice, and they get both of them right. No Vacancy goes, they spin away from Kate Blanchett. No, sorry, they spun the first time. They got Michael Keaton. Dude was really eager that day. They spin away from Kate Blanchett, and they get the 2010s. They had multiple choice one time, missed it, not stolen. So by the end of round 2, 22-29, still in favor of Easy Street. Round 3, 2-pointer for No Vacancies. Vacancy. I put NV, looks like Nevada. I don't know if that's how you, is that Nevada's abbreviation? NV?
I think so.
No Vacancy.
Don't ask me.
Comic book movies, Paige takes it. In what 2010 Spider-Man film does Peter Parker have a crush on a schoolmate named Liz? Spider-Man Homecoming. Got it. 3-pointer for No Vacancy. Zipper's going to take this one. Happy Madison and Adam Sandler. Ben Stiller reprises his role as Ornery Orderly Hal L. First seen in... What a tongue twister.
Yeah.
Ornery Orderly Hal L. First seen in Happy Gilmore, in which 2020? 2020? Is that right?
I think it's a Netflix film.
Sandler comedy set in Salem, Massachusetts. Hubie Halloween. I can confidently say I've never heard of this movie. But he did because he got it right. 5-pointer for No Vacancy biopics. What 1990s biopic co-stars Kyle MacLachlan, Frank Whaley, and Kevin Dillon? The Doors, I'm pretty sure. Mm-hmm. They did miss it. So with that, 27-29, Easy Street taking home a TKO. Oh, and sorry, my bad. Easy Street, of course, representing corruption.
Mm-hmm. The new
No
form,
Vacancy representing the fan favorites. But yeah, Easy Street taking home a TKO to corruption.
Yeah, I mean, if the faction race was still a thing, it's like the same old story. Like, oh, look at corruption struggling again to get wins, and they just lost the IG title.
Tough break, really tough beginning of the season.
And then it's like,
as if we all haven't seen this friggin' movie before.
Seen this story several times, twice. I saw the original. And I saw the sequel.
Mm-hmm. Now we're seeing the third movie where they inevitably go to Japan or something. So yeah, it's just funny how it always seems to work out.
Oh, and I do have to address something that was said last week about when King Khan. No, I'm sorry.
Yes.
King Arthur won that title. We said something about Khan being the first Asian American to hold the team's title. We forgot to mention Chandru Dandapani.
Yes, for IG.
Sorry, Chandru.
That's watching this.
Big old oopsie daisy. Ooh, nope.
Well,
big old monk thing on our part.
At one point, we were trying to talk about firsts.
Yeah.
And then we just kind of got off the rails.
Yeah. But also, I'm not 100% sure, but apparently Chance is part Asian.
I wouldn't say apparently. I would say somebody claimed.
Yeah. Sorry. Bad choice of words, but like I heard somebody in the comments said that Chance is part Asian. I have not. I meant to DM him like, bro,
what's the deal?
What's the deal? Because I knew he was part African American, right?
I think so.
So I was like, I knew he wasn't. You know what I mean? But it's like, I'm not 100% sure. So if it's
not like we all wear name tags.
Yeah.
So
if it is, he is in fact, part Asian, and then it's like, well, sorry, we being corrected. So yeah. Like,
I'm not sure.
We've talked to him several times. That never came up. So
that's usually not how you introduce yourself.
It's like, so what, are you Asian or something? That's not how I converse with friends.
Age-old awkward. So where are you actually from?
Yeah, no, never. Like, that's never.
We don't do that.
We don't do that.
Nobody should do that.
No.
There's better ways to get to know people organically than where are you actually from?
Yeah, no.
Like, please don't do that.
That's never never been a part of like.
Have you gotten that before?
Yeah.
I probably.
Yeah, but like talking to people in general, that's usually never where we ever go.
It's not like,
especially
hey, Andrew, what kind are you?
Yeah. What brand?
Nobody does that.
No.
Like that stand-up comedian who's like, what flavor?
What flavor are you? You know what I mean? We're in a group of people that talk about movies. We love movies. That's what we gravitate towards. Not, hey, what ethnicity are you? It's never been a thing with us. So, apologies. So yeah, apologies. But anyways,
maybe we'll unravel the mystery one day. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, when we bump into him again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or DM him.
Or, yeah. Anyways, so this match was, when we first heard that, Travis and Chance were getting together, it's like, ooh, interesting pairing. Let's see how this goes. And it went well for them.
Yeah.
And I think a big point, Shannon brought up in the post match is it's like, yeah, we could have put Marisol and Chance together. It could have been another powerhouse knockout team, but it's like she made this decision to put them together to have Chance have a chance in the spotlight, because I think she has some valid points that whenever him and Mike were together, it was always like he was living in the shadow of two belts of Mike Kalinowski.
Mikey 3 belts, hopefully, kind of thing. Yeah.
Kind of, you know what I mean? It's like greatest player in the IG division, three-time defending, 3-time champion, Mike Kalinowski. It's like, even though Kalinowski has gone out and said, no, Chance is the better player here. And I even said that Chance is the better singles and teams player than Mike is.
And like you said, Mike's the same thing.
Yeah. So, but I think they felt like if they would just put him with God, her name just fell on Marisol. It'd be the same. Okay? Yeah, sorry. It'd be the same thing all over again. It's like the first female singles champion the division, the league's ever seen, and it's like he's just gonna be sitting in the shadows again. This gives him an opportunity to be the front man of the team. So and it worked out. Yeah, this is a big win for them.
And Travis is good.
Yeah, he's good.
Dude's good.
He's very good.
Yeah. So it was a good pairing, and it's hard to get a good grasp on people's chemistry after one match, but like they seem to work well together. But yeah, I'm just, because we've all seen what Chance is capable of.
Oh, absolutely.
Man's a beast.
He's competed for title matches in every division except for Star Wars.
Right. Come join us. Might be too late now, but oh my God, too soon. But
sore subject.
Oh boy.
Shut up, stupid.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Chance is a beast, and we know what he's capable of.
Oh, absolutely.
But Travis, we know what he's capable of because he does hold that FCL belt, but now you're tangoing in the MTS kind of thing, which I know that it was always like, oh no, it's not like a minor league or anything.
It's like it's a big show for a reason.
It's a bigger show. Yeah, and it's just a different arena. It's a different stage, a different feel probably. FCL was 100% digital, and that might feel different than getting up in front of a group of people and trying to think on your toes rather than sitting in your sweatpants and but same, but always and forever.
Yeah, call them happy clothes in these parts.
Yeah. Yes, happy clothes, because it just make you feel happy. Yeah, I live in my joggers and my sweatpants, and then when I get ready to go out, what do? I change into my going out happy clothes, my yoga pants. Those are my going out PJs. Why would I want to wear jeans? Real jeans? Ew. What is it, 1995? No thanks. I will live the rest of my life comfortably in my sweats and my yoga pants, and I've never done a day yoga in my life. I take it back. We did one yoga class because one of our close friends is a yoga instructor, and we took one of her classes. But yeah, no, I will live comfortably in my yoga pants for the rest of my life. Thank you very much. Oh, FCL digital wearing sweatpants. Yeah. But yeah, Travis is great.
Yeah.
He's he had a great free for all debut. He had an
impressive Star Wars debut.
Impressive Star Wars debut.
Yeah.
I would love, again, if circumstances were different, I would love to see what he would do in IG, because if he was competent. I don't know if that's the right word, but competent in IG, competitive in IG. that dude would be a scary actual 4 division competitor.
Yeah.
We've heard people say, I'm a 4 division. No one's done it.
Yeah.
If he could be competitive in IG, he would be the first.
We've only seen one person compete in all 4 divisions, but never
Campia,
but he never got to win in any single one.
And that was also
years ago.
A different time.
That was years ago.
That was when Star Wars questions were like, what's the name of the lead character?
He lost on James Arnold Taylor.
Okay, there you go. Yeah. That would be like, hey, what nickname does Anakin have for Ahsoka in the Clone Wars?
I haven't heard that question before.
That's a new one. Add that one to the list, BJ. But I mean, it was a different time.
Yeah.
That debut match definitely had a different crop of questions.
Yeah.
But truly, technically, yes, we have had a person compete in all 4 divisions.
Yeah.
But I would love to see how Travis would fare in IG, because
just give him 2 more matches. Give him
he could do well in IG.
Give him an IG match. Give him a singles match.
And if he could be the first one to get a win in all 4 in his debut season,
do it. Stamp your name in the history books, Travis.
Get it in while the getting's good, my man.
Yeah. We're running out of time.
Clock's ticking. Clock's ticking, my man. But
yeah, it's just such a shame at the timing. It's poor timing
because they could probably do a lot of damage.
Yeah.
And then we've yet to see what Marisol and Mike can do together. Another team that probably could do a lot of damage. But I would think I'd have my eyes on Fishburne.
Yes.
Chance. I mean, recency bias. We haven't seen Marisol and Mike together. But this team would be one to watch out for.
It's such a part of it. Was just it's such bad timing. We're getting some of these new people and these new teams. Some great teams that I really was looking forward to, but as we'll get to, it's like, oh man,
yeah,
damn,
yeah. So I don't know what this means next for Easy Street. Wouldn't it be fun if they ever ended up somehow doing a little do-si-do with Mike and Marisol? That'd be fun.
Yeah,
see what happened there.
We've yet to be seen because of the number of matches that we have coming up.
Right.
But yeah, I would love to see what they have. And this was unfortunate for Paige and Zipper, because Zipper was one of those where I was like, God, man, look out for him. He's been showing improvement over the seasons, and now it's just kind of like another one of those players just like, yeah, I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah,
so
which I
get it. But but it's just another team where it's like they have some good fun chemistry, and unfortunately I don't think what the future holds for them at this point, when the number of matches we have and coming off of a loss. And it's going to be difficult to get things rolling. But also
you're going up against a team with Chance Ellison, former champ, and you're going up against a guy who is, I guess you could say, a current champ in in a different league.
Yeah.
So, you're going up against champs.
Yeah. Championship caliber players.
So, it's a tough draw, if you will. But yeah, especially given the recent news, I'm interested to see what we get to see more from Easy Street.
We'll see.
And then after that, we had a cut scene. Christian Harloff himself is on the phone
with somebody.
I
have no idea who he's on the phone with.
Schmoedown, I guess. And he's trying to figure out what to do with singles paths. And he's saying Irwin gets a number 1 contender, but against who? Bibbs? Seems like that's the way it has to go. Since Marisol is on a different path, unless he can find somebody to play Bibbs, it'll be Bibbs.
Bibbs, yeah.
And then he walks off, and Roxy walks out, and you can only imagine she was listening the whole time. Okay. So,
yeah.
So
we might see a number 1 contender match between Mr. Irwin and William Bibiani.
Yeah, sorry, I just said Irwin.
Sorry, Ethan.
Need to make an appointment to apologize. But we'll see. I mean,
it makes sense. The caliber of player that Bibbs is. I mean, Dan Murrell has his number 1 contender shot. I imagine they're going to use that on teams. Who's the next person in line besides? Because Marisol, you can't just give her a number 1 contender shot. She's already got a title shot in her pocket.
Right.
So, the next person down the line, I wouldn't even know.
Yeah.
That's the weird thing about this year's format. It's like, because last year it's like we already knew everybody's path, you know, who they're going up against. We had knew the schedule months in advance, and it's like if this person beats this person, then they go up against this person, and we already knew what the gauntlet situations were. We all already knew what tournament situations were. Now it's kind of like, yeah. So I guess Bibiani makes the most sense. He's coming off of one win in the singles division. Brendan Meyer still is another person.
Shazam on
Number
one contender. Oh boy,
I don't know.
Or number 2 contender. I don't know.
But there's so many people out there with like multiple wins in the singles division right now. It's kind of like, who do you put up against each other? And we're running out of time, as we already know. So
yeah,
I don't know. It makes the most logical sense.
Yeah, because you got. I don't remember who's won what, but like, yeah, you got people like Bibbs running around. You got your Batemans, you got your Merles. You got your Kalinowskis, you got your chances. I mean, Travis Fishburne maybe throws.
Oh, wait, you can't have another one contender just because Marisol and Bateman are going up against each other in number one. No, yeah?
Thought they were.
Did they already play? Ben and Marisol?
I don't think that's aired. I don't think that's aired yet, but I think you're right.
Yeah, so that's why they can't have a number one contender match because Marisol is already in a number one contender match.
Well, yeah,
so I guess
like
there's another.
She's got her own path.
Yeah, there's a separate number one contender match outside of that one. So I guess they're just trying to line things up to like so they have title matches.
I guess
leading up to Spectacular. So yeah.
So I mean, I'm glad that Bibbs is in the conversation.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
As he
should
deserves to be.
Yeah, somebody wrote somewhere either in the Facebook group or somewhere it's like Bibbs does not get enough. Not like credit or
he's underrated and
underappreciated.
We can all agree that he's a legend and that he is, no pun intended, a beast of the game. But underappreciated is probably
because like when you talk about the Movie Trivia Schmoedown, like legends of the games, you automatically go Dan Murrell, Sam Levine, those names. It's like
Marisol's now in that conversations. Like,
but Bibbs doesn't come up enough.
Not that they're not deserving.
Yeah,
but what about Bibbs?
Yeah,
like I can see that being like a 90s sitcom. What about Bibbs? But like, what about him?
Yeah.
Like, dude's a champ also. A multi-division champ.
Multi-division singles champion, 2-time teams champion, 4-time defending.
I think a lot of people would agree that he's probably one of the competitors that has the most just raw knowledge.
Yeah. And somebody that cares about the game enough to help write the rule book.
Yes.
There's very few people in this league that will put that much effort into outside of the competition for the Schmoedown.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I think we need to start recognizing people like that, especially in the environment that we're in now. Right. That we need to start calling out these names of like, these are the people that help not only meant so much the competition, but did a lot to help advance the game forward.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, because I mean, apart from his gameplay, apart from his contributions to the rule book, also on a personal level, we've seen his preparation to help you for Star Wars matches.
Yeah.
Bibbs, a singles and teams competitor who the level of questions he came up for you for mock matches for Star Wars, I was like, how are you doing this?
How are you finding this information? So
because
it's like,
the amount of time and care that he put into those mock matches, it made me go, oh my God, why are you asking about that?
And it ended up paying off because of some of the certain things. It's like they could go in this direction because he was coming at it, because some people will help you out and like they'll look at it from a competitor standpoint. It's like, oh, we got to do it like this. But then Bibbs is coming at it from a question writer type of thing. It's like, look at the questions they've been asking you. They haven't touched this yet. Be aware of that. And one of those turns that he tried to like allude me to, prepare me for, they ended up going that way anyway. So I was like,
true. Yeah.
And I was already prepared for that turn.
Yeah.
So that's just one of those things where he has so much love for the game that he's willing to go in that direction. And I think that needs to be recognized. And his name needs to come up more.
Yes.
Especially in like when it does come to an end. When we do look back on the Schmoedown, this names that come up, his name needs to come up in that conversation.
Right. Absolutely. So I'm really glad that his name did come up in that conversation. It remains to be seen what happens if he like just gets a match with Mr. Owen or if he has to have a match to get to that match. That remains to be seen, but I'm just glad that he's there in the conversation at all.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, yeah.
So,
as we alluded to at the top of the show.
In the room.
Yeah. We buried the lead. So, at the top of of Friday Night Titans, there was a bittersweet mostly bitter.
Heavy
on the bitter announcement that season 9, which was dubbed the reboot season, it was a hopeful title because the 9th season is the final season of the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. And so I think there's I think they said there's going to be more Friday Night Titans, but there's going to be a limited number of them. And the final Friday Night Titans, there will be a title match. I have no idea which one it is. I have an idea of what it is, but I'm not sure I can say what it is because I have no idea.
And then after that, it will just be like it's not like matches are just going to stop.
Yeah.
There's just going to be matches that just maybe aren't following the Titans format.
The Schmoedown of old, they get released on a certain time of the week, and just you get one match. Yeah.
Straight matches. Leading up to
the Spectacular 7, which will be dropping October 7th.
From what we've heard.
From my understanding. So I believe there's at least 2 or 3 Titans left, and it'll end on a title match. And then, like we said, more matches will come out a week, shaping and leading to what the card will be at.
The final spectacular.
The series finale of the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. It's heavy news because I've been a part of it, not a part of it, but I've been watching since the beginning. Like I really got like I've watched the Schmoes No shows, and when they were holding the whole tournament thing, they're like I watched here and there, but like I really got into it season 3 when Collider got involved and they started recording at the Collider Studios. That's when I really heavily got into it. Then I went back and watched those tournaments. I was like, oof, and watched it evolve over the years. You binge watched season 3 and 4 during maternity leave, and that's how you got into it. So it's been a journey. It's been it's
been a tremendous part of our lives.
Yeah.
So when Andrew joined, I mean, we don't really have to go. I'm sure when we do like a last Beyond the Schmoedown, well, we can get into all that stuff. But bittersweet is not the right word. Yeah. It is, but it isn't because it's like real heavy on the bitter.
Yeah.
And now that the announcement is public and it's out there, it makes it even more hurtful.
Yeah, it makes it more real.
Painful and more real. But yeah, I think one of the biggest things to remember right now is that it is very early July. And I feel like, everybody's been making all their statements. Everybody wants to, add their piece and blah, blah, blah. And I've been a fan since whatever. And I've been doing, I'm the biggest fan here and I love this and blah, blah, blah. And everyone's, putting out their think pieces on it, which is fine because, we've all done it. But I think an important... Got a text from a certain manager.
Oh.
My manager.
Who dat?
Man, I should just pretend like, oh, wow, look at that. A text from Kevin Smets. Wow, it's so crazy of him to text me right now while we're filming. Weird. But yeah, I think the important thing to remember right now is that even though we're all putting our sentiments out there and how, it sucks, but we're happy it happened at all, blah, blah, blah. The important thing to remember right now is that it's not done yet.
Yeah, it's not done yet.
It's not done yet. There's still stuff to happen. I can only imagine that this spectacular, while we're not quite sure if it's going to be a live event with an audience or if it's going to be a studio event that gets premiered, I don't think that's been quite ironed out yet. But to our understanding, we are planning on a spectacular event. It just the manner is still up in the air, and I can only imagine that we're gonna try to do, big matches, right?
Yeah, title matches. Yeah,
I mean, obviously they're all gonna be title matches, but like going out with a bang kind of thing.
Yeah,
and we have to find our way there. I'm not sure how they're gonna do that and what they anticipate putting on the card at Spectacular, but I mean. We are already aware that there's, for our intents and purposes, we already know that you won your number one contender match, which means that you are going to be in a title match, which now we can only imagine is going to be spectacular.
Took me 4 years to get there.
So
that's because I imagine Collision isn't happening anymore.
It doesn't seem that way.
It doesn't seem like Collision is happening. So I can only imagine that match will move to Spectacular now.
I can only imagine.
And it's just wild. It's like I spent the last 3 to 4 years trying to get to this stupid event.
Yeah.
And now I finally get there. But the circumstances isn't really.
It's the last one ever. Which is
cool.
Cool.
It's the last one ever, and it's not exactly how I wanted to get there, but because it's like once it like sets in, it's like, wow, I finally got there.
Yeah.
But we'll see. As I can only assume that's what it's going to be. It has
only imagine. There hasn't really been any mention of collision, and the fact that it's already July, and if it's going to be ending early in October, if it was still ending in December, then that would still leave time for a mid-season event. But we're already in the mid of the season, and we're going to be ending in October, so I can only imagine. And also for us related stuff, I still have a match coming up. I still have the other half of that whole number one contender situation where I'm going to be going up against Ace. So, we'll see what happens there. Don't have to stock up on Pepto-Bismol soon enough, but, with these matches coming to a close.
Could you imagine? Can you just for everybody watching, like, oh, I'm so bad. It's like, keep watching, keep supporting, because we're leading to. We got more matches. I
can only imagine there could be big matches at Spectacular. Yeah. You gotta imagine there's gonna be something big going on with the singles belt. I mean, Sam holds it currently. We haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah.
Will we see him end up a Spectacular defending it against? Will it be Marisol? Will it be Dan Murrell? Will it somehow turn into some crazy 3-way whatever?
Because there's so many singles competitors have shots now,
and we want to go out with a bang kind of thing. Same with the teams division. King Arthur just got their belts.
Shazam has the rubber.
Shazam's got a rubber match. So will it be them? I saw somebody who was like, well, I want to see Shazam versus King Arthur versus the Shire Wars versus the Patriots versus Corruption. I'm like, a 5-way teams match.
Can you believe how...
You want to talk about wishful thinking? That match would last an hour by itself. Well, I mean, that's actually 2 hours, yeah.
A 5-round, 5-team match?
Can you imagine a speed round with 10 competitors? Oh my God. But, I mean, I don't know. I guess stranger things have happened. But, I'd like to think that this Spectacular, they're going to try to put the spice on it kind of thing. We want to go out with a bang. We don't want to just have kind of throwaway matches. Yeah. So we don't know what's going to happen. We have no idea what's going to happen with singles, teams, and IG. We kind of assume we know what's going on with Star Wars because the pool is smaller. We already knew that there was 4 of us going up in 2 number one contender matches. And we can only imagine that match might be at Spectacular. It hasn't been confirmed, but we can only imagine.
So just to reiterate, keep watching, because you could get Dimalanta versus Dimalanta at Spectacular.
2 spicy outcomes either way. If Ace beats me, then that'll be Dimalanta Cabrera 2. And that was a stinging loss for you. So you would get a big fat rematch of a past match that was a big tournament final. Yeah. Or if I somehow managed to pull out the win, then you would get Dimalanta for the first time ever for the belt.
At Spectacular.
Like, that would
possibly,
be insane. And I don't know. I feel like that would be a fun match for people to want to see. Because people like to see Alex and Molly. I mean, wouldn't this be fun? I've seen some people like, oh, I want to see the final match be Damon's versus Dimalanta's. And it's like, I don't know. I don't know about that. I mean, I'd be down, but I don't know if that would happen. But the way it's set up right now, it seems that I can only assume it would be you versus me or Ace, whoever happens to win that match. Yeah. And that match drops June 13th.
Something like that.
Not this week, but the next Wednesday.
July 13th?
Sorry, July 13th. Not this Wednesday, but I think the following Wednesday. So... yeah, that would be what I would say is like, just remember, it's not totally done yet. It's just announced that the days are numbered, but there's still a show to support. Yeah. There's still people still putting in the effort, still trying to end the season with a bang for you guys. Yeah. The fans. Absolutely. We want to put on a good show all the way until the very last taping. Yeah. So
which also brings us to what happens to Beyond the Schmoedown.
Yeah.
So we will continue to cover these matches. Yeah. There's still matches to be talked about. There's still events to be talked about. We will be here until...
the rundown stopped, but that's on them.
We will continue to do the show until the Fat Lady sings.
Yeah.
Until the last match hits at Spectacular, we will continue to talk about and continue to support and continue to promote this show.
Yeah.
after that happens, after our spectacular show recap show happens, I believe we'll have one more show, a Beyond the Schmoedown farewell goodbye.
Bonanza.
Yeah, like a looking back on the Schmoedown, our goodbye show.
Yeah.
After that, we will shift focus to Rad and Going Rogue.
Yeah.
And if
you like listening to two idiots talk about stuff, if you just enjoy hanging out with us, you like our personalities or whatever, and you just kind of like hanging out, we're not going to go anywhere. We're still going to talk about random stuff. It just won't be Schmoedown centric and Schmoedown focused. It'll just be us talking about other random stuff. Yeah. So if you like hanging out with us, you know where to find us. We'll still be here. We'll just be talking about other stuff. Yeah. Same format.
Yeah. Same format.
Same time.
Same set.
Yeah.
It's just Brad will take over Beyond spot, and then we'll put up Going Rogue when we feel like it.
Exactly. So if you want to hang out with us, you know where to freaking find us. We'll be here.
So we're not going anywhere. We'll still be here. Come hang out with us every week as you always do. It's just Rad will switch to a video format. We'll finally get Rad on video.
Yeah. And there's, honestly, there's so much to say. Like we could probably sit here for hours talking with our thoughts on it ending. And I know that there's going to be plenty of people out there that are like pointing out like, well, I think it ended because of X, Y, Z, A, B, C.
We're not going to do that.
That's not very constructive. And there's no need to really focus on what the perceived negatives are. Like a lot of people have already said, I think the thing to focus on is the fact that it happened at all.
Yeah. Don't be sad that it's ending. Be happy that it happened. Exactly.
There's people that have made new friends, people that have made friends that like super close friendships that'll probably last.
Marriage has come out of this.
Yeah. Rachel and Sam got married, thanks to the Schmoedown. That's wild. So 9 seasons is nothing to turn your nose up at. That's a good run.
Some TV shows don't last 9 seasons.
That's a good run.
That's a very good run.
And,
we'll get to it in our goodbye show.
Exactly. Because we could talk forever about it, because when it all comes down, at the end of the day, we have nothing but love for this game.
Yeah.
And we have, I've only been competing since last year, but I feel like I've been involved just as much as you have. I just haven't been on the front line the whole time.
Yeah, you just haven't been in front of the camera.
So, we've both been giving our heart and soul to this game since 2019 as in a competitor capacity.
Yeah.
And even before then in a fan supportive capacity. But whole different ballgame once you start competing.
Yeah.
But we've been heart and soul. This has been a tremendous part of our lives for a long time. So this is a pretty big blow for us. It hurts. It sucks.
Yeah, and we'll get like I said, I don't want to get to those thoughts. I don't want to get to those because like I said I put a tweet about it. It's like, oh yeah, whatever. But like there's so much more to say.
Right.
I didn't want to do a long thread and saying everything I wanted to say about the Schmoedown.
I'd rather say it like this.
I want to do it on the platform that we can thank the Schmoedown for.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do it properly. So when the season ends, when the series ends, we will have one more final Beyond the Schmoedown, and we will. I'll say it all then.
And I'll probably cry.
Yeah.
Because I'm about to right now.
So stay tuned for that. Come join us for that, and we'll be there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so with that, we'll go ahead and end this show just for this episode.
But keep watching.
Keep watching.
There's still matches.
You still need to support the players, support the show.
Title shots to be had across all 4 divisions. If you'd like listening to these dummies, he still got a match. I still got 1 match at least. So depending on how that freaking goes, it's not over yet. So stick around.
We're still
I'll
leading
cry
somewhere.
later.
We're still leading somewhere to the series finale. So keep watching, keep supporting. There's still people putting in the work to make sure you get entertained. You get the show you want.
Exactly.
And the show you deserve. So
as long as people are still competing, they're still going to be putting in that energy because we want it to be good through the very end.
Yes. So with that, Star Wars competitor Nicki Dimalanta, where can they find you online?
You can find me at on Twitter at Dimmy, DIMMMYYY.
Maybe we'll get you on TikTok one of these days. As for me, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Drew Dimalanta, DIMALANTA, and on TikTok, speaking of TikTok, at Rogue Leader Drew. I misspoke last week. I didn't hit 8,000. I was close to 8,000.
Oh, geez.
Close to 8,000. I'm like at 7,800 right now. So get me over 8, and then
you can round up.
I'm eyeballing 10,000. I can get a few more good videos out. I can probably hit 10,000. So
word.
So go ahead and follow me there. If you listen to this on audio form, please follow the feed and rate us.
Yeah. And if you're watching on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. Click the bell icon in the lower right-hand corner. See when we do things on YouTube, because we also do have ideas for a TikTok series and possible like going rogue podcasts. Like, not, I don't know about live streams, but maybe just shows post Schmoedown that we want to do in the wake of the Schmoedown. That I think could be a lot of fun when the Schmoedown does come to an end officially. Where there's some things we have in mind that we want to do to pay tribute to the Schmoedown while having fun at the same time, while still kind of helping people nurse the wound of Schmoedown not being there anymore, but still kind of tapering you off of it, you know? So stay tuned, and we'll let you know what those ideas and plans
when
are.
the time comes, we'll totally let everybody know. So go ahead.
I think that'd be a lot of fun.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. So go ahead and hit subscribe. So when that does happen, you'll be alerted.
I think that'll be. We could get at least 2 or 3.
I'm excited for this
shows out of that.
I'm excited for the TikTok
and that
series that I'm going to be. So when that time comes, I'm really excited about this new series that's coming out. But
so
won't happen until after Spectacular. So keep supporting, keep watching. There's
still playing.
We're still playing. There's still matches happening. So thank you for joining us on this episode of Beyond the Schmoedown. We'll see you guys next time.